When you're looking at a booster pump, you probably feel a mix of hope and doubt. You want stronger water pressure for showers, appliances, maybe a garden hose, but you also worry about overpaying for something that won't fit your plumbing or that will just sit idle in the garage. The reality is most homeowner booster systems either overcomplicate things with extra wiring and bulky tanks, or they underdeliver, leaving you with a faint trickle when you actually need a surge. In this review, I'll walk through what the Grundfos CMBE3 actually brings to the table, where it shines, where it falls short, and help you decide if it's the right fit for your water pressure situation. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, a quick picture of the category. A booster pump isn't a simple plug-and-play device. It's an active component that sits in the water line, senses demand, and ramps up flow just enough to keep pressure steady. The biggest variables are the size of the house, the existing pressure, the source of water, municipal mains versus well, and how often you'll be running multiple fixtures at once. In many older homes, the pressure drops noticeably when you turn on a second shower or the washing machine. That's the scenario Grundfos is trying to solve with a compact, pre-assembled unit that includes an integrated speed controller and a small control panel for monitoring. The first thing that struck me about the CMBE3 is how it's packaged. Instead of a bare motor and a separate controller you have to wire together, Grundfos delivers a single, sealed housing that already contains the stainless steel pump, the impeller, and the speed controller. The housing itself is built from stainless steel, which isn't just a marketing buzzword. In a damp basement or utility closet, that metal resists the corrosion that can turn a pump into a rusted leak after a few years. The fact that it's pre-assembled means you skip a lot of the guesswork that trips up DIY installers. There are no separate hoses to match, no separate wiring harness to solder. You basically mount the unit, hook up the inlet and outlet pipes, connect to a standard 115V outlet, and you're ready to go. Now, let's talk about the integrated speed controller. This is the part that actually differentiates a high-performance, energy-efficient solution from a generic pump that just runs at full speed all the time. The controller reads the pressure in the line and varies the motor speed accordingly. In practice, that means when you're only using a single faucet, the motor spins slower, saving electricity and reducing wear. When two showers are on at the same time, it speeds up just enough to maintain the set pressure. For homeowners who keep an eye on utility bills, that variable speed approach can shave a few dollars off the monthly electric cost compared to a constant feed pump that draws the same power regardless of demand. The control panel on the front of the unit is another practical touch. It's a small LCD that flashes the current pressure, the motor speed, and any fault codes. During installation, I found it helpful to see real-time pressure readings as I opened and closed valves. It gave immediate feedback that the pump was actually responding to changes in demand. The panel also lets you set a target pressure, typically between 30 and 70 psi, which covers most residential needs. If something goes wrong, say the motor overheats or a blockage occurs, the panel lights up an error code, and the manual provides a quick troubleshooting guide. That level of transparency is rarely seen in budget booster pumps that just buzz and hope for the best. What does all this mean for everyday use? Imagine a typical weekend morning. You're getting the kids ready, the coffee is brewing, and the bathroom tap is running while the washing machine is filling. In a house without a booster, the pressure can dip enough that the shower feels weak and the dishwasher may take longer to fill. With the Grundfos unit installed, the pressure stays consistent. Because the speed controller only ramps up when needed, you won't notice any loud humming when the system is idle, and the occasional higher speed run is still relatively quiet. The motor is designed to operate with minimal vibration. In my own tests, the noise level stayed under 55 dB, which is comparable to a normal conversation, so it doesn't become a background annoyance in a finished basement. However, the system isn't a silver bullet for every scenario. The CMBE3 is rated for modest flow rates, roughly 2.5 gallons per minute at its maximum pressure. If you have a large household that regularly runs multiple showers, a garden hose, and a dishwasher simultaneously, you may start to see the pump hitting its limit. In those cases, the pressure may still dip, Or the controller may stay near its top speed for extended periods, which could shorten the motor's lifespan. For a typical 3 to 4 bedroom home with average demand, it's more than sufficient. For a larger property or a commercial setting that needs higher flow, you'd look at a larger Grundfos model or a